welcome back to my channel. And sorry that this week we are going to have two uploads for Social Divas, just because last week I did forget to upload um, the Social Divas on my channel. So this week we are talking about Diane Downs. So Elizabeth Diane Downs, she is known just by Diane, is an American criminal who, so for those who doesn't know who she is an American criminal who murdered her daughter and attempted to murder two of her other children near Springfield, Oregon in May of the year 1983. So then so we'll go into that after. So her Diane was born in Phoenix, Arizona on August 7, 1955, to parents Wesley and Williden. She has testified that her father has sexually abused her when she was 12 years old. But despite that, Diane graduated from Moon Valley High School in Phoenix, and at the same time that's where she met her husband Steve. After high school, she enrolled at Pacific Coast Baptist Bible College in Orange, California, but was expelled after 1 year for promiscuous behavior and soon returned to her parents' home in Arizona. On November 13, 1973, Diane married Steve after running away from home. Their first child, Christy Ann, was born in 1974. Cheryl was followed 2 years after in 1976, along with Stephen being born in 1979. The couple divorced in 1980 because Steve thought Stephen, now known as Danny, was the result of an extramarital affair by Diane. On May 8, 1982, Diane Downs gave birth to a daughter through surrogacy. She named the child Jennifer before turning her over to her intended parents. Prior to her arrest, Downs was employed by the United States Postal Service, assigned to the mail routes in the city of Cottage Grove, Oregon. Cheryl, shortly before her death, reportedly told a neighbor of her grandparents that she was afraid of her mother. So then comes the murder. On May 19, 1983, Downs shot her 3 children and drove them in blood-spattered car to Mackenzie Willamette Hospital in Springfield, Oregon. Upon arrival, Cheryl, Dan, who is age 7, was already dead. Danny, age 3, was paralyzed from the waist down, and Christy, age 8, had suffered a disabling stroke. Downs herself has been shot in the left forearm. She claimed that she was carjacked on a rural road near Springfield by a strange man who shot her and the children. However, investigators in hospital Voters became suspicious because they decided Downs Manor was too calm for a person who had experienced such a traumatic event. So this okay, continue. We'll finish this first before we go into detail. She also made a number of statements that both police and hospital workers considered highly inappropriate. They didn't release what statement she said, so now I'm kind of curious what she said that is considered inappropriate. Suspicions heightened when Downs, upon arrival at the hospital to visit her children, phoned Robert Knickerbocker, a married man and former co-worker in Arizona with whom she had been having an affair with. The forensic evidence did not match her story. There was no blood spatter on the driver's side of the car, nor there any gunpowder residue on the driver's door or on the interior door panel. Knickerbocker also reported to police that Downs had stalked him and seemed willing to kill his wife if it meant that she could have him to herself. She stated that he was relieved that she had left Oregon and that he was stable to reconcile with his wife. Diane did not disclose to police that she owned a .22 caliber handgun, but both Steve and Knickerbocker informed them that she did. Investigators later discovered she bought the handgun in Arizona. While they were unable to find the actual weapon, they found unfired casings in her home with extractor markings from the murder weapons. Most damaging witness saw her car being driven very slowly towards the hospital at an estimated speed of 5 to 7 miles per hour. That is extremely slow, contradicting her claim that she drove to the hospital at high speed after the shooting. Based on this evidence and additional evidence, Downs was arrested on February 28, 1984, 9 months after the shooting, and charged with 1 count of murder and 2 counts each of attempted murder and criminal assault. So now, before we go into the prosecution, there is a lot of questions. So, okay, yes, you focus on the mother for when it comes to this murder, but because they didn't actually say what the inappropriate comments was, so we don't really know and can't judge her on that because we they never state what it was. But say that if you shoot, the police didn't say that she was shot in the car, and the police didn't even interview lots of witnesses. But she did say that she was carjacked. The only thing is that was she shot in the car or outside the car? And don't forget, during those years, CCTV is not technically available, not like today's, unlike today's CCTV where it's still quite terrible in some places. So, if she is carjacked and she still can be technically shot outside the car, but the thing is, they didn't say how the kids was being shot. Because if I am the driver now and I have the gun on my left hand and I turn, it is very inconvenient to be shooting three kids at the back. And plus, they didn't say that they didn't find any gun casing in the cushions or in the car itself. So now, like, the pro- comes down to the prostitution. Prosecutors argued that Downs shot her children to be free of them, so she could continue her affair with Knickerbocker. So this is something that, you know, because Knickerbocker said that she is stalking him, but they are having an affair. As she claimed that he let it to be known that he did not want children in his life. Much of the case against her rested on the testimony of her surviving daughter, Christy, who once recovered her ability to speak, described how her mother shot all three children while parked at the side of the road and then shot herself